Buffett was born on December 25, 1946, in Pascagoula, Mississippi. He spent part of his childhood in Mobile and Fairhope, Alabama. His parents were Mary Lorraine, née Peets, who passed away on September 25, 2003, and James Delaney Buffett, Jr., who died on May 1, 2003. His father worked for the United States Army Corps of Engineers. Buffett has two younger sisters, Lori, born in 1948, and Lucy, born in 1953. As a child, Buffett was introduced to sailing through his grandfather, James Delaney Buffett, a steamship captain from Newfoundland, and his father, a marine engineer and sailor. These experiences later influenced his music. Buffett received a Catholic education from Jesuits and served as an altar boy. In 1961, after watching a folk music ensemble perform in Biloxi, Mississippi, Buffett decided to become a musician. His first performance was a month later at a hootenanny, where he played a Stella guitar. Buffett attended St. Ignatius School, where he played the trombone in the school band at age 8 during the 1950s. He graduated from McGill Institute in 1964. Buffett enrolled at Auburn University, where a Sigma Pi fraternity brother taught him to play the guitar to garner attention from girls. He failed out of Auburn after a year in April 1966, unable to balance his new interests in music and girls with his college classes. In 1966, Buffett played acid rock in a band called the Upstairs Alliance, trying to emulate Jefferson Airplane. He continued his education at Pearl River Community College and the University of Southern Mississippi in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, earning a bachelor's degree in history in 1969. While in college, Buffett worked in a shipyard as an electrician and welder. He avoided serving in the Vietnam War due to a college deferment and a failed physical exam. After graduating in 1969, Buffett moved to New Orleans. He frequently performed on Decatur Street for tourists and played for intoxicated crowds at the former Bayou Room nightclub on Bourbon Street. In 1970, he relocated to Nashville, Tennessee, to pursue a career in country music. Although he struggled to find music-related jobs, he secured a position as an editorial assistant for Billboard magazine. During his time there, he was the first to report the breakup of the bluegrass duo Flat and Scruggs. Buffett signed a 2-album contract with Barnaby Records, releasing his debut album, Down to Earth, in August 1970. The album, a blend of country and folk rock, sold only 324 copies. His second album, High Cumberland Jubilee, was recorded in 1971, but the masters were allegedly lost until 1976, when Buffett's popularity had risen. In the fall of 1971, after an impromptu audition, Buffett was hired as the opening act for recording artist Diane Davidson at the Exit Inn Club in Nashville. Dissatisfied with the business environment in Nashville and facing the end of his first marriage, Buffett accepted an offer from fellow country singer Jerry Jeff Walker for lodging in Coconut Grove. In November 1971, they traveled to Key West on a busking trip. Buffett was so taken with Key West that he moved there in the spring of 1972. He became involved in the local literary scene, meeting writers like Thomas McGuane, Jim Harrison, Tom Corcoran, and Truman Capote. Buffett also began playing for drinks at the Chart Room Bar in the Pier House Motel, where he met his second wife. Through a connection made there, he was hired as the first mate on the yacht of industrialist Foster Tauge. In 1973, Buffett signed a recording contract with ABC Dunhill Records, which was then managed by Don Gant. Following the death of Jim Croce in a plane crash, Dunhill promoted Buffett as a replacement. His second album, and first with ABC Dunhill, A White Sport Coat and a Pink Crustacean, was recorded at Tom Paul Glazer's studio and released in June 1973. The album included hits like Grapefruit, Juicy Fruit, Why Don't We Get Drunk, and I Have Found Me a Home, inspired by his experiences in Key West. Buffett used the earnings from the album to purchase his first boat. His next album, Living and Dying in 3/4 Time, was recorded in October 1973 and released in February 1974. It featured Come Monday, written for his then-girlfriend and future wife, which became his first single to reach the Billboard Hot 100. A 1A, released in December 1974, included the song A Pirate Looks at 40, about a drug smuggler. In 1975, Buffett formed the Coral Reefer Band. He credited his future wife with improving their image by replacing their torn jeans and collarless shirts. The band opened for the Eagles in August 1975. Buffett's album Havana Daydreamin', produced by Don Gant, was released in January 1976. In January 1977, he released Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes, featuring his breakthrough hit Margaritaville. Despite its critical view of tourists in Key West, the song increased tourism to the city. That same year, Buffett sublet his Key West apartment to Hunter S. Thompson. Buffett first visited St. Barthélemy in 1978 and soon moved there, drawing inspiration for his songs and books from the location. In March 1978, he released Son of a Sailor, which included the hit Cheeseburger in Paradise. In August 1979, he released Volcano, featuring songs like Fins and the title track. In 1983, Buffett won a lawsuit against Chi-Chi's, which had attempted to trademark Margaritaville as a drink special. In October 1985, he released the compilation album Songs You Know by Heart, featuring all of his Big 8 songs. It became his best-selling album, moving over 7 million copies by 2005. In 1994, Buffett duetted with Frank Sinatra on Mac the Knife for Sinatra's final studio album, Duets 2. In 1996, Buffett wrote Jamaica Mystica for his Banana Wind album, inspired by an incident where Jamaican police mistakenly fired on his plane, believing it to be smuggling marijuana. The plane, carrying Buffett, Bono of U2 and others, sustained minimal damage, and the Jamaican government apologized. In April 1998, Buffett released an album of songs from a musical he co-created based on Herman Wouk's novel Don't Stop the Carnival, which was certified gold. After Frank Sinatra's death in May 1998, Buffett attended his funeral. Buffett's song Math Sucks, released in May 1999, was criticized by the U.S. National Council of Teachers of Mathematics and the National Education Association for its alleged negative impact on children's education. Jon Stewart humorously critiqued the song on The Daily Show. By 1999, Buffett had adopted a more relaxed concert schedule, performing about 20 to 30 dates per year, with no back-to-back shows, preferring to play on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. This schedule inspired the title of his 1999 live album. In 2003, Buffett partnered with Alan Jackson for a partial duet on the song It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, which spent a record 8 weeks at the top of the Hot Country Songs charts. This song won the 2003 Country Music Association Award for Vocal Event of the Year, marking Buffett's first award in his 30-year recording career. Buffett's album, License to Chill, released on July 13, 2004, sold 238,500 copies in its first week according to Nielsen SoundScan. This album marked the first time Buffett topped the U.S. Pop Albums chart. In May 2005, Buffett signed an agreement with Sirius Satellite Radio to broadcast Radio Margaritaville, which had been online since its founding in 1998. The channel broadcasts from the Margaritaville Resort Orlando in Kissimmee, Florida. In August 2006, Buffett released the album Take the Weather With You, which hit #1 on the country chart. The album included Breathe In, Breathe Out, Move On, written in honor of Hurricane Katrina survivors. In August 2007, Buffett was nominated for the Country Music Association Awards Event of the Year award for his song Hey Good Lookin', featuring Alan Jackson and George Strait. That same month, Buffett received a star on the Mohegan Sun Walk of Fame. In April 2010, Buffett released a double CD of performances recorded during the 2008 and 2009 tours, titled Encores, available exclusively at walmart.com and margaritaville.com. In 2010, Buffett was named the 10th biggest touring artist of the decade, with 4.5 million ticket sales over the previous 10 years. Buffett collaborated with the Zac Brown Band on the song Knee Deep, co-written by Wyatt Durrett, a fan of Buffett's. The song was released on Brown's 2010 album You Get What You Give and was certified platinum in September 2017. In November 2011, Buffett voiced Huckleberry Finn on Mark Twain, Words and Music, a benefit for the Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum, released on Mailboat Records. In August 2013, Buffett released Songs from St. Somewhere, with many tracks recorded at Eden Rock, St. Barth's. In 2020, Buffett released Songs You Don't Know by Heart, a fan-curated collection of his lesser-known songs, re-recorded with his notable guitars. Buffett performed his final full concert at Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego on May 6, 2023. He made 2 further concert appearances as an unannounced guest at concerts by Coral Reefer band members in Amagansett, New York, on June 11th, and in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, on July 2nd. The latter was his final live performance before his death. Equal Strain on All Parts was released posthumously in November 2023. Buffett got the idea for the album title from his grandfather's description of a nap. Buffett was posthumously selected for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024 in the Musical Excellence category. In May 2023, Buffett was hospitalized to address some issues that needed immediate attention, leading to the rescheduling of tour dates. By late August, he had entered hospice care and had a final meeting with family and friends. On September 1, 2023, Buffett passed away at the age of 76 at his home in Sag Harbor, New York, due to complications from Merkel cell carcinoma, a rare and aggressive skin cancer he had been battling for 4 years. Despite his diagnosis, Buffett had kept his illness private and continued to tour while receiving treatment.